Hello, all you film freaks and movie maniacs out there. My name is Nolan Carr, and I'd like to welcome you to the go-to podcast for all things cinema. But before you can ask any questions, just sit back, relax, as I present to you a Strawlane Studio Productions Critiquing with Carr. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another great edition of the show here on Critique with Carr for Memorable Movie Monday. As always, if you've enjoyed these episodes up until now, do us a favor by subscribing on YouTube, following us on the audio platforms, clicking on thumbs up or like buttons so you can tell us you enjoy these episodes, turning on post notifications so you can stay up to date when episodes release on those platforms, as well as clicking on share out so you'll continue to grow the podcast with all your friends and family. Also, if you want other ways of staying up to date with the show, do us a favor by following us on Instagram at Critique with Carr. I say all that because on this week's great edition on the show, we're talking about the classic Quentin Tarantino film, Django Unchained. And with that being said, let's begin. This movie was directed and written by Quentin Tarantino. This movie was co-produced by Stacey Sher, Reginald Hudlin, and Pilar Savone. The cast for this movie is as follows: Jamie Foxx, Christoph Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kerry Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, Walton Goggins, Dennis Christopher, James Remmer, Michael Parks, and Don Johnson. The cinematographer for this film was Robert Richardson. This film was edited by Fred Raskin. The production companies for this film were A Band Apart and Columbia Pictures. The movie was distributed by the Weinstein Company in the United States and by Columbia Pictures internationally. This film was released on December 11th of 2012 at the Ziegfeld Theater and on Christmas Day of 2012 in the United States nationally. The runtime for this movie is 165 minutes. The budget for this film was $100 million, and the box office total gross for this movie was $426 million US. The accolades for this movie are as follows. At the Academy Awards, Christoph Waltz won for Best Supporting Actor and Quentin Tarantino for Best Original Screenplay. The movie was also nominated for Best Picture, Robert Richardson for Best Cinematography, as well as Wiley Stateman for Best Sound Editing. At the Golden Globe Awards, Christoph Waltz won for Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture, Quentin Tarantino for Best Screenplay. The movie was also nominated for Best Drama Picture, Quentin Tarantino again for Best Director, as well as Leonardo DiCaprio for Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture. At the BAFTA Awards, Christoph Waltz won for Best Supporting Actor and Quentin Tarantino for Best Original Screenplay. Quentin Tarantino was nominated for Best Director, Fred Raskin for Best Editing, as well as Mark Alno, Michael Migler, Tony Lamberti, and Wiley Stateman for Best Sound. At the Caesar Awards, the movie was nominated for Best Foreign Film. At the Producers Guild of America Awards, the movie was nominated for Best Film for Outstanding Production. At the New York Film Critics Circle Awards, Christoph Waltz was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. At the National Board of Review Awards, Leonardo DiCaprio won for Best Supporting Actor. The movie was also nominated as a top 10 film for that year's release. At the Los Angeles Film Critics Awards, Christoph Waltz was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. At the David D. Donatello Awards, the movie won for Best Foreign Film. At the Critics' Choice Awards, Quentin Tarantino won for Best Original Screenplay, and the movie was also nominated for Best Picture. At the Chicago Film Critics Awards, Leonardo DiCaprio was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, and Quentin Tarantino for Best Screenplay. At the Boston Society of Film Critics Awards, Christoph Waltz was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, and the movie was also nominated for Best Use of Music in a Film. At the American Film Institute Awards, the movie was nominated as a top 10 film for that year. At the NAACP Image Awards, the movie was nominated for Outstanding Motion Picture. And finally, last but certainly not least, at the Japan Academy Film Prize Awards, the movie was nominated for Best Foreign Language Film. And now it's time for one of my two favorite parts, which is an I list off the top 10 highest-grossing films for that year's release, being 2012's Django Unchained. Coming in at number 10 was Men in Black 3. It was distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. Its worldwide gross was $654.2 million, and it stars Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones, and Josh Brolin. Coming in at number 9 was The Hunger Games. It was distributed by Lionsgate. Its worldwide gross was $695.2 million. It stars Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, and Liam Hemsworth. Coming in at number 8 was Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. Its worldwide gross was $746.9 million, and stars Ben Stiller, Chris Rock, and David Schwimmer. Coming in at number 7 on this list was The Amazing Spider-Man. It was distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. Its worldwide gross was $758.5 million, and it stars Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, and Rhys Ifans. Coming in at number 6 on this list was The Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2. It was distributed by Summit Entertainment. Its worldwide gross was $848.6 million, and it stars Kristen Stewart, Robert Pattinson, and Taylor Lautner. Coming in at number 5 on this list was Ice Age Continental Drift. It was distributed by 20th Century Fox. Its worldwide gross was $877.2 million, and it stars Ray Romano, John Leguizamo, and Dennis Leary. Coming in at number 4 on this list was The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. It was distributed by Warner Bros. Pictures. Its worldwide gross was $1.017 billion. It stars Ian McKellen, Martin Freeman, and Richard Armitage. Coming in at number 3 on this list was The Dark Knight Rises. It was distributed by Warner Bros. Pictures. Its worldwide gross was $1.085 billion. It stars Christian Bale, Michael Caine, and Gary Oldman. Coming in at number 2 on this list was Skyfall. It was distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. Its worldwide gross was $1.109 billion. It stars Daniel Craig, Javier Bardem, Damme and Ralph Fiennes. And finally, coming in at number 1 as the highest-grossing film for 2012 was The Avengers. It was distributed by Walt Disney Studios. Its worldwide gross was $1.519 billion, and it stars Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Mark Ruffalo. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, my review of 2012's Django Unchained. Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained is a bold and visually striking Western that dives into themes of revenge, slavery, and redemption. Released in 2012, the film stands out for its unique blend of Tarantino's signature style, a powerful cast, and a mix of humor and brutality. Christoph Waltz's portrayal of Dr. King Schultz is one of the film's standout elements. From his first appearance, Schultz is a charismatic and intriguing character, and Waltz's performance brings depth and charm to the role. Samuel L. Jackson's performance as Stephen, the manipulative and detestable house slave, is another highlight. Jackson brings a palpable intensity to the role, making Stephen one of the film's most memorable antagonists. While the character interactions are compelling, some aspects of the storytelling fall flat. The introduction of the Schaefer brothers, formerly known as the Brill brothers, adds an interesting layer to the story, though their presentation leaves something to be desired. The role in the narrative is crucial, but could have been developed further. The Mandingo fights, though intense and graphic, add a layer of gritty realism to the film. They serve as a harsh reminder of the brutality of the era, but might be a bit much for some viewers. The chaos that erupts when Schultz shoots Candy in the chest is one of the film's most exhilarating moments. It's a powerful scene that captures the essence of Tarantino's ability to blend action with drama. Django Unchained is a solid film with a mix of engaging performances and Tarantino's signature style. While it boasts a strong cast and some memorable moments, it's not without its flaws. The film's length could have been trimmed by about 30 minutes, and the graphic violence, while effective in some scenes, might be off-putting for some viewers. In conclusion, Django Unchained is a movie that succeeds in many ways but falls short in a few others. The cast delivers strong performances, and the story is compelling, though some elements could be more polished. In the end, I can confidently rank Django Unchained a respectable 7.5 out of 10 on the Diamond Dave scale. And with that, my film freaks and cinephiles, if you've enjoyed this week's edition of the show, do us a favor by subscribing on YouTube, following us on the audio platforms, clicking a thumbs up or like buttons so you can tell us you enjoy these episodes, turning on post notifications so you can stay up to date when episodes release, as well as clicking at share out so you can help continue to grow the podcast with all your friends and family. Also, if you want other ways of staying up to date with the show, do us a favor by following us on Instagram at Critiquing with Carr. And with that, my film freaks and cinephiles, happy viewing and take care.